All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this session on having a look into the new EBSCOhost user interface. This session is designed for all of the Pukenga libraries to come and have a look and explore this new user interface. My name is Han Wool. I am one of the trainers here at EBSCO. My contact is up on the screen now, so if you have anything that you would like to discuss with me relating to your EBSCO resources, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. I do have some objectives that I would like to achieve, so it's my hope that by the end of today's session, you will be able to navigate and search the new EBSCOhost user interface, construct and apply basic and advanced searches. So there are two different ways you could be constructing your searches, and I will be demonstrating on both. You will also have a good understanding of how to apply filters to further refine your search results, access the full text, and we will also look into utilizing the dashboard to save or share articles and your search strings. And before we head into the live demo, in case anyone is new to the EBSCOhost environment or just new to research in general, I do want to share a couple of search tips and tricks that you can utilize in constructing your searches. So all of your EBSCO platforms do support Boolean operators and or not, and you can use them in your search strategy to either broaden out or narrow down your search. So the AND Boolean operators can be used to narrow down your search, as your research databases will try to find records that include all of the search terms that you put in. If you are searching for something they may not give you a lot of results, you might want to try to broaden out your searches a little bit by using the OR Boolean operator. And if you use the OR Boolean operator, the research databases will try to retrieve articles that contains any of the keywords that you put in. If you wish to omit a term from your search, you can use the not Boolean operator. I just have one more slide to go through that includes a couple more search tips, and we'll be heading into the live demo. So by default, if you perform a keyword search, the system will try to retrieve results containing the terms. And if you have more than 2 terms in your search, so in this example, we have cognitive psychology here. And if you have more than 2 terms, the system will try to retrieve results containing the terms cognitive psychology near 5 words of each other. Not in a particular order, but it's going to try to pick up any articles that had the keywords near 5. You can also truncate a word using the asterisk, and the system will try to retrieve different variations of that word. So for example, if you truncate therapy after P, it's going to retrieve therapy, therapies, therapeutic, and etc. If you want the system to pick up any of the articles of an exact phrase, so if you are looking for those keywords in the exact order that you put in, you can use the quotation marks. Also, you can nest around your search strings using parentheses if you have more of a complicated search. And I will be kind of demonstrating on how those parentheses work in live demonstration as we go through the advanced search options shortly. I had a question come through in the chat asking me, do the AND or not Boolean operators need to be in capital letters, which is a great question. And my answer to that is no, not necessarily. You don't always have to put these Boolean operators in capital letters, but I will be putting them in capital letters all throughout the session, just to just so that whoever is looking at my training session can easily spot which ones are the Boolean operators, but you don't have to worry about putting capital letters around the Boolean operators when you are performing a search. Great question. All right, so I am going to head into the live demo, and I'm going to bring my Chrome browser across. So I hope you can see my Chrome browser. I am in the main landing page of a EBSCOhost environment for Pukenga, New Zealand Institute of Skills and Technology. Whoever, uh, some of you may be part of a different type of organization or an institution, and your landing page may look a little bit different to where I am at right now. If you are having any issues trying to access your EBSCOhost or any of your research resources, please feel free to reach out to your library staff, and they would be more than happy to help you find your ways around the resources that you have access to through your institution. But just as an I just had to choose one platform to demonstrate for today's session, and I've chosen this platform through this institution, which subscribes to 8 different databases. So in this main landing page for Pukenga, you can see that we land on the basic search screen. And we know that because we only have a single search box with a few filters down below there. If you wanted to move across to the advanced search screen, you could do that simply by clicking on advanced search, and that will give you 3 different rows to construct your searches across with the option to add or remove rows. You have Boolean operators separating each of the rows, and you can also apply some field codes. And you also have some more filter options down below. So when we head into an example for the advanced search, we will have a look into that page in more detail. But in the basic search screen, what you can also do is click on searching list just above your search box. And if you click on that, it is going to show you the list of databases that you can search across. So through this institution, I have access to 8 different research databases. Of those, I've selected all of them. But for example, if you were particularly interested in just reviewing or finding and searching for your ebooks, you might be able to just select your ebook collection. Or for any other reason, if you wanted to give it a bit of a focus to your search, you can select one or a couple of databases to search across. Now for today's demonstration, I am going to keep it fairly broad and select all of the databases. I'm going to quickly head back into my slide. So throughout today's session, I will be demonstrating on 3 different types of searches: a basic search, an advanced search, and a natural language search. And I'm going to try to keep that pretty consistent through using one of the scenarios that I like to use in my training sessions. So let's go through this scenario. So let's say I am a student trying to find some information for an assignment on sustainability in construction. So I am a student in a construction or built environment program, and I'm prepping an assignment on how sustainable building practices are being adopted in the industry. And I'm not confident using the databases, and I need help finding reliable and up-to-date sources. And I am going to try to start from a basic search and also demonstrate how advanced search can help the student find more relevant content. So I am a student. I'm not so used to utilizing these research databases. And with this assignment, I might probably start with a very basic search by putting in sustainable construction. So I don't have any sort of research strategy coming up in mind. I might just type in whatever I need to in the basic search, hit that enter button and see what I get. And you can see that with this very basic search, it has yielded more than 10,000 records. And there is just a lot of results to work with. I can see some of them seem a little bit relevant to me. I am not so sure if they are highly relevant to me or not, but they can easily spot the source of this article. So this one is coming from a peer-reviewed academic journal. I can also look at the title of a record. I can look at the author, and you can see that the authors are hyperlinked, so you can click on it to perform an author search. I can also quickly look at the publication. So this one comes from Journal of Polymers and the Environment, and it's fairly relevant. It's from August 2024, so it's about 12 months ago. And then a couple of starting lines of the abstract. And if I wanted to explore the full abstract, I could simply click on Show More to see if this article is something that I am looking for. I can also look at the subject terms assigned to this article and try to see if this is something that I would like to explore further or not. But because I have a very lengthy list of results, I might try to use some of these filters to further narrow down my results. So some of the very easy ones I could apply would be something like a full text filter to ensure that I am only looking at articles that I have full text access to. If someone is interested in more of a peer-reviewed research articles, I could quickly click on that peer-review button and you can see that it had quickly narrowed down the number of results for me. And then something else that's very easy to use would be the publication date filter, where I can limit to articles from the past 12 months, 5 years, or even 10 years. So say if I was looking for more relevant articles from the past 5 years, I could limit that and you can see now I only have 4 results. Utilizing the source type will give me different types of sources. However, with this peer-reviewed filter on, I'm only going to get a single source type. So I've just removed the peer-reviewed filter and you can see that I'm getting news articles, magazine articles, trade publications, academic journals, review articles, and more. Now, these are the 4 very popular filters that are very easy for anyone to use, but if anyone is interested in exploring further filters, they can always click on All Filters. It is going to show you the list of active filters. So I currently applied the past 5 years filter and the full text filter, but I have some other filters that I could utilize from down below. Now, some of them are pretty straightforward, such as your publication date is pretty straightforward, or your publication or publisher or language. These types of filters are pretty straightforward for any new users to utilize. But if I was to tell this student who is struggling to find the article that they're looking for, the one filter that I would teach this student to utilize would be the subject filter. I think, and this is a personal thought, but I think subjects filter is one of the most powerful filters that helps users find necessary information in a very short amount of time. So subject terms are assigned to each of these articles, and they describe the content of the article. So I like to explain it in a way that your subject terms are like your hashtags that you see in your social media. So if you're in LinkedIn or Twitter, Facebook, or any other types of social media that you're on, you often see people using hashtags to describe what they're trying to say. So your subject terms are like your hashtags for your professional articles. And they also describe what the author is trying to say. And limiting your results using this subject filter helps you find more relevant content. So, for example, if what you are looking for was something relating to sustainable architecture, you can quickly apply that subject term filter and you will be able to review the 25 articles that has something to do with sustainable architecture. If what you are looking for was relating to sustainable design, you can also utilize that filter or construction materials and so on. So there is 143 more subject terms you can explore from the search results. And you can either search for a subject term that you might be looking for, or you can use various sorting options to sort it by head count from high to low or low to high, or you can have a look into the list of subject terms in the alphabetical or the reverse alphabetical order. So I'm just going to apply a couple of subject term filters. And if I click on apply, I should be able to find articles that were indexed with these subject terms, such as construction materials or construction materials again. So you will be able to see sustainable design. So you'll be able to find articles that are relevant to the subject term that you have applied as a filter. So I would really encourage, even for beginner researchers as well as more advanced researchers, if you are time poor and you need something really quick, I would encourage you to explore and start utilizing the subjects filter. Now, once you have found an article of your interest, you can go ahead and click on the title of the record to look at the detailed record page or access the full text straight away. So if you click on the title of the record, it's going to take you to this detailed record page where you can find some additional information such as the title, the author, the source, the subject terms that has been assigned to this article, the abstract, and sometimes you might get some more information in here. Um, Next to details, sometimes you get this menu option called publication contents. And if you click on it, it's going to show you a list of articles that has been indexed in that same journal's same issue. So this one is from Build Australia, January 2024 issue. And these are some of the other articles indexed in that same issue. And we're just giving you another opportunity to explore other articles from that same publication. From here, you can also try to access the full text by clicking on that link to the full text. This one is going to open up that PDF full text for you, and you can read through this article by scrolling. You can also see the publication contents appear one more time, so it helps you read through that full issue of the journal if you wanted to read from cover to cover. You can also have the full text read out loud to you by clicking on this listen functionality. You can also print this full text using the print button, and you can also download this article to save a PDF file if you would like. These are some of the other menu options that you can utilize, and some of these will require you to be signed into your EBSCOhost account. So let's just kind of hold on to these menu options. We will come back and revisit them, but let's just keep going on with our search. All right, so that was how you would perform a basic search, how you would filter out some of your results using these filters, how you can access the detailed record page or the abstract, and access the full text as well. Now, if the student has become more comfortable using the basic search and utilizing the filters to further narrow down their searches. They can even think about perhaps performing more of an advanced search to bring up more relevant results, even by performing a single search. I really like to use tables in guiding people to think about constructing and planning for their advanced search stream. And I like to have a column for the search terms or the search concepts that we want to bring it in. And we can also think about some additional search concepts, which can be like synonyms or similar search concepts that we can combine into this advanced search. Now, your search concept and your additional search concepts need to be combined using the or Boolean operator, because these are all synonyms, and I don't mind if it was sustainability or sustainable building, or I don't mind if it was construction or building industry, and so on. However, all of these search concepts, so these three concepts that I have in mind, they need to be combined using the AND Boolean operator, because I'm looking for articles that's relating to sustainability as well as construction as well as New Zealand. So if I was looking for more of a local content. So all of my search concepts, I need to remember to combine using the AND. All of the synonyms or extra search concepts can be combined using the OR Boolean operator. So in this advanced search screen, you can see we have three different search rows combined with the Boolean operators and or not. And sometimes you can utilize these field dropdowns as well. What they do is, for example, if I apply the title field code and search for sustainability, it's going to try to pick up any articles that had sustainability in the title field. So if the title did not have sustainability, that article will not show up in the results page. So it's kind of limiting your search terms to a specific field, such as your title field or your subject terms. So if you want sustainability to be part of the subject terms, you can assign that. You can limit to the abstract field and so on. So we're really narrowing down your results by applying these field codes as well. But today I'm just going to do sustainability or, and I'm going to utilize my quotation marks to put in sustainable building. And in the next row, I'm going to put in my second concept of construction or building industry. So I'm going to stop here for now and conduct that advanced search. Now, because I have constructed that advanced search, you can see the EBSCOhost environment has put some parentheses around for me, nesting my search concepts to bring up some of the results that I might be looking for. If I wanted to search for more of a local content, I might even be able to put in some keywords like New Zealand and see if that will bring up any local and relevant results. So you can see that by performing that advanced search, including the geographic location, it's giving me only 371 results, even without having to apply any of these filters. So a well-constructed search will give you less number of results to work with and help you get to the information that you need a bit quicker than performing a basic search and trying to apply further filters. Now, I got a question in the chat saying, I see that we can now generate AI insights in beta. Is it able to be temporarily turned on and off? Yes. So if you would like this to be turned on or off, please reach out to the EBSCO support team by raising a case through EBSCO Connect. And what Generate AI Insights will do, this one cannot be generated for this record. Let's see if another one will generate it for me. So this is slightly different to the abstract. So the abstract is provided by the author. The AI Insights is just reading through the full text and is trying to just give you the key highlights that you need to be aware of about this specific article there. So it's one of the really good and very cool tools to utilize. And you can also vote if this insight has been helpful or not using this yes or no button. And I had another question. Do you know what is the rate of hallucinations in the insights? I actually don't have an exact answer to that question, but I am going to take a little note on that and I'll try to get back to you on that. Just bear with me. I'm going to take a little note. So I have a colleague attending this session, and she's just put in the chat, and only for hosts and panelists. So I think only I can see this, but my colleague had replied to me and said there are no hallucinations because it is grounded only in the full text, not going out to the web. So thank you so much for that comment. And I hope that answered your question. But if you would like me to clarify anything further for you, please let me know and I can try to find some further information on this AI Insights tool. Thank you so much. All right. So that was an example of a advanced search. Now, I do have another type of search that I would like to share with you, which is a bit newer in the EBSCOhost environment, and that is called the natural language search. And this is really helpful if you have a lot of people putting in a lot of natural language into your research databases. So a natural language would be a language that everyone uses in their everyday communication. So something like this up on the screen. How is sustainability being used in the construction industry today? So this is a natural language search. And if you put that into your research databases, this is not going to pick up a lot of good results because it's going to try to pick up and search for articles that had how or is or being in the lots of these things. So this is not going to yield a great result, but there is a new functionality in the EBSCOhost environment that helps you utilize, construct, and perform searches in your natural language. So I'm going to head into my demonstration environment to demonstrate this natural language search. Again, this is something that you can turn on or off. You can have that feature and have that turned off by default as well. And I am going to put in a natural language into that search. So I put in this question in the search box. I turned on my natural language search on, and I'm going to conduct that search in the natural language search mode. And what it does is it is one of the other AI tools that has been adapted to the EBSCOhost environment. It turns this question into a constructed search or a refined query for the users. So I can also click on Show Refined Query. This is being just transparent on how the AI had turned this question into a search query. So you can see that it's put sustainability or sustainable and construction industry or building industry and had yielded these results down below here. So if there's something that would be of your interest, you can also reach out to the EBSCO support team and ask them to turn this feature on for you. And it just helps users who are not used to constructing their searches in a query format, help them help them perform a search in their natural language, and two, also learn how to construct searches in a query format by looking at the search query that AI had developed for this user. So I just wanted to demonstrate the natural language search, which is something that is already available in the new user interface. Now, coming back to some of the features and functionalities that we have skipped before in the full text mode, I want to revisit that part and talk a little bit about some of the tools that you can use and this My Dashboard that you can use to save, share your searches as well. Now, just saving this article can be done in multiple ways. You can click on this save button from your results page. You can also be in the detailed record page to be able to save that record. You can also save from that full text view as well. So if you are in the full text, you also have that save button there as well. Now, saving an item will save your records into your saved area within My Dashboard, and that does not necessarily require you to be signed into your My EBSCO account. However, if you save records without being signed in, as soon as you end this session, all of your saved items will go away. You're not saving it permanently. If you want to save some of these items permanently, you do need to be signed into your My EBSCO account. And different institutions will have different ways of signing into your My EBSCO account. So I would again encourage you to speak to your library staff to learn more about how you can sign into your My EBSCO account. And once you're signed in, if you save an article, they will be saved in your dashboard permanently. So next time you come back to your EBSCOhost environment, you come into My Dashboard area, you will see your saved items there. The next tool is a citing tool. So it allows you to copy and paste some of these citations in various styles. And within this cite tool, you can also export your citations to any of your bibliographic management tools, such as EndNote. And then we have the Add to Project option there. So think of projects as folders on your laptop. So saving an article just means saving a bunch of articles into a single space. But if you wanted to categorize, so perhaps if you're working on a project for constructions, you're also working on a project for business, you can create different projects or different folders to save your articles to various projects. So if you click on Add to Project, it's going to ask you if you want to add this article to one of your existing projects or if you want to create a new project. Creating a new project is fairly simple. You just need to give it a name, which is the only required field. You have an optional field for a due date and a description. And if you click on Create, that's job done. You can also share this article using Google Drive or OneDrive, or you can create a link, or you can click on that email option to send an email to some of your colleagues or some of your other students that you might be working on the same assignment. And if you put in multiple addresses, you need to separate them using the semicolon. And you also have that download button to download the full text or the metadata only. So if you want to download the full text, there's the option there. If you just want the metadata, you can also download that as well. Now, coming back to the search results page, there are a couple more things that you can save into your dashboard. So if you click on the three dots menu here in the search results page, you can go ahead and try to save this search into your dashboard. which means you can retrieve this search in a single click in the future, or you can also try to create an alert. So that means whenever there are any new articles added to your database that matches your current search, you will get a notification. So if you try to create an alert, there will be a couple of things that you can configure. So for example, you can change your alert name, you can add a description, you can change the frequency between daily, weekly, or monthly. You can also receive an email when the alert is run, regardless of whether the search incurs any results or not. And you can put in your email address there, and you can go ahead and just create that alert. And you can manage some of the articles that you saved or searches that you saved in your dashboard. So at the very top, we've got the project, and we can have a look into two projects that I am currently managing. And if I click on a project, I will be able to see the number of items that I have saved. I can also try to see if I had saved any search to a project as well. The saved area will just show you a full list of the records that you have saved in your dashboard. You can also look into your saved searches. And this one tells me that this is an alert, but these are the searches that I have saved. And if you click on these three menu options, you can go ahead and edit the details. Or if you click on the title of that saved search, it's going to run that search for you automatically. Your recent activity area will show you your search history. And if you have viewed any of your records, you can also view them here as well. And finally, we have another area to manage your journal alerts as well as your search alerts. All right. So that is everything I wanted to go through in this my training demo environment, the ability to perform a natural language search. So in my basic search, I could turn on my natural language search. Even in the advanced search, you can have in your search options, you can choose your natural language search mode as well in the advanced search as well. I also wanted to demonstrate my dashboard in my training environment so that I don't interrupt with your environment at all. But that really is, we're kind of heading towards the end of today's session. So coming back to your Pukenga environment, we've discussed how you can perform the basic search and how applying some of the simple filters can really help you narrow down your results. We've also discussed about how powerful the subjects filter can be in your, especially in your basic search. We've also talked about how you can plan ahead and construct your advanced searches to really nail down into the information that you're looking for. We talked about the natural language search and some of the My Dashboard options for more personalized experience in EBSCOhost. Now that really takes us to the end of today's session. I am going to slowly wrap up today's session, but please feel free to pop in your last minute questions in the chat if you have any. But thank you so much for coming along to this session. I really enjoyed having a look into the EBSCOhost new user interface with you all today. Thank you so much for all of the engagement, all of the questions, and all of the help from colleagues as well. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I will be sending you a follow-up email with a link to the recording and the slides as well. Thanks, everyone.